Exploring lexical relation in language. Language at its core is a system of symbols used for communication. The power of language extends far beyond simply stringing words together. The true magic lies in the intricate relationship that exists between words, forming a complex network of meaning that allows us to express nuance, thought, understand subtle implication, and build a shared understanding of the world. Understanding these lexical relations is crucial for anyone interested in linguistics, natural language processing, complexity of human communication. This presentation will explore the major types of lexical relations: synonymy, antonymy, hyponymy, meronymy, homonymy, polysemy, and metonymy, examining their definition, providing illustrative example, and discussing their contemporary relevance in language use understanding. Synonymy. Synonymy refers to the relations between words that have similar meanings. These words, known as synonyms, are often used interchangeably, adding variety and stylistic flair to our speech and writing. However, true synonymy, where two words share identical meaning in all contexts, is rare. More often we encounter near synonyms, words that share a core meaning but differ in connotation, register, or degree of intensity. For example, happy and joyful are often considered synonyms. Both describe the feeling of pleasure and contentment. However, joyful often implies a greater intensity of happiness, while happy is a more general term. Similarly, begin and commence share a core meaning of starting something. However, commence is often considered more formal and operate in a professional setting, while begin is more commonly used in everyday conversation. Loanwords from other languages often introduce synonyms, as seen with the Norbert Franz influence on English, which brought words like royal alongside the native kingly. The evolution of language also leads to semantic shifts, where words gradually acquire overlapping meanings. In contemporary uses, understanding synonyms is crucial for effective writing and communication. Being able to choose the most appropriate synonym for a given context and significantly enhance to clarity and impact of a message. Furthermore, in natural language, possessing synonyms recognized is essential for text like information retrieval and text summarizations. In conclusion, while true synonymy is a theoretical ideal, the concept of near synonymy plays a vital role in enriching our language and facilitating nuanced communication. Understanding the subtle differences between synonyms allows us to express ourselves with greater precision and impact. Antonymy. Antonymy describe the relations between words that have opposite meanings. These opposing terms provide a crucial framework for understanding concepts by defining them in relation to their antitheses. Antonymy, some in various form, each with its unique characteristics. Gradable antonymy. These words represent opposite ends of a spectrum and allow for degrees of comparison. For example, hot and cold are gradable antonyms because something can be like warm, or freezing. Complementary antonymy. These words represent mutually exclusive categories, where the affirmation of one implies the negation of the other. For example, alive and dead are complementary antonyms because something cannot be both alive and dead. Similarly, relations antonymy. These words describe a relationship from opposing perspective. For example, buy and sell are relational antonymy because one cannot buy without someone selling. The understanding of antonymy is deeply ingrained in our cognitive processes. From a young age, we learn to categorize the world through contrasting pairs such as good and bad, big and small. The study of antonymy has been important in philosophy and rhetoric. Constructing ideas and arguments are often presented using antonymies to highlight opposing viewpoints. In literature, antonymies are used to create dramatic tension and explore the complexities of human nature. Antonymy plays a critical role in various fields. In psychology, understanding how individuals perceive and perceive antonymies can provide insights into their cognitive abilities and emotional states. In artificial intelligence, antonymies detection is used in sentiment analysis to determine whether a text expresses a positive or negative opinion. In conclusion, antonymy is more than just a simple opposite of words. It is a fundamental principle of thought and language that shapes our understanding of the world and allows us to express complex ideas with clarity and precision. Hyponymy. Hyponymy defines the relations between a more specific word and more general word. In other words, a hyponym is a type or instance of its hypernym. This creates a structure within the lexicon, allowing us to categorize and organize concepts in a systematic way. For example, dog is hyponym or animal because a dog is a type of animal. Similarly, red is hyponym of color because red is a type of color. The hyponym of dog could be further expanded the mammal, such subordinate or another level of abstraction in the hierarchy. Hyponymy is essential for knowledge representation and reasoning. By understanding the relationship between words, we can infer information about specific entities based on our knowledge of their broader categories. For example, if we know that Robin is a hyponym of bird and we know that birds can fly, we can infer that robins can also fly. The development of hyponymic relation in language often reflects the evolution of human understanding. As our knowledge of the world expands, We create new categories and subcategories to classify and organize information. The creation of scientific taxonomy, such as the classification of living organisms, is a prime example of the process. Hyponymy is widely used in information retrieval and semantic web technology. In conclusion, hyponymy provides a framework for organizing our knowledge and understanding the relationships between concepts. It is a fundamental principle of language that allows us to make inferences, categorize information, and communicate effectively about the world around us. Meronymy. Meronymy describes the relations between a part and whole. A meronym is a part of a larger whole, while the holonym is the whole to which the part belongs. Understanding meronymy is crucial for understanding how objects and concepts are concepted and interconnected. For example, wheel is meronymy of car because a wheel a part of a car. Similarly, page is a meronym of book because a page is a part of book. The car could be meronym to traffic. Meronymic relations are essential for understanding the structure and function of complex objects and systems. By identifying the parts that make up a whole, we can gain a deeper understanding of how the whole operates. In conclusion, meronymy provides a framework for understanding the composition of objects and systems. It is a fundamental principle of language that allows us to analyze complex entities and understand how their parts contribute to the function of the whole. Homonymy and polysemy. Homonymy and polysemy both deal with words having multiple meanings, but they differ in the origin and relatedness of those meanings. Homonyms are words that sound or look like but have unrelated meanings, whereas polysemous words have multiple related meanings stemming from a common origin. For example, bank. Bank is a financial institution, and bank, the edge of a river, are homonyms because their meanings are unrelated and have different etymological roots. And the other hand, bright, shining, are bright, and bright, intelligence, are polysemous because the meanings of intelligence is derived from the original meanings of shining or illuminating. The distinction between homonymy and polysemy can be challenging as the relation between meanings can sometimes be subtle. In contemporary language, homonymy and polysemy can lead to ambiguity and misunderstanding. However, they also provide opportunities for wordplay, humor, and creative expression. In natural language, processing this ambiguity is a crucial task. Algorithms need to be able to determine the correct meaning of a word based on its context. In conclusion, homonymy and polysemy highlight the multifaceted nature of words and the dynamic process that shape language. Understanding these phenomena is essential for effective communication and for developing sophisticated language processing technology. In conclusion, metonymy is a powerful tool for conveying meaning through association. It is a fundamental aspect of language that allows us to communicate in a concise, evocative, and engaged way. Conclusion. Lexical relations are the invisible threads that connect words, weaving a complex tapestry of meaning that underlies all human communication, from the subtle nuance of synonymy to the stark opposition of antonymy. These relationships provide a framework for understanding the world around us and expressing our thoughts and feelings with precision and clarity. We have explored the structure of haptonymy, the part-whole connection of meronymy, and the multifaceted nature of homonymy, polysymy, and metonymy. The study of lexical relations have evolved over time, reflecting the changing understanding of language and cognitives. From the classical rhetoric to the modern cognitive linguistic scholars have explored the role of lexical relations in shaping our thoughts of perception. So the lexical relations are a fundamental aspect of language that shapes our understanding of the world. By exploration these relations, we gain a deeper appreciation of the richness and complexity of human communication and unlock new possibility for language learning, language processing, and creative expression. Thank you.